Hi guys, today we're going to take a look at operators and how we can use those, in our apps as we build on our coding skill and start to get a little more advanced. The operators will be something that we're going to have to work with here. So let's get into it here. So I've already created a playground. So why don't you go ahead and just open up a Xcode and get a new playground. I called this one operators, and we'll go ahead and get going here. So we're going to start off with the assignment operator. So we've been working with this before, but this is none other than our equal sign. Okay, so we've been using this in our apps. We use it in Hello World. So let's just talk a little bit more about what this does, hopefully just to review, but just to make sure we're all on the same page with that. So we use the assignment operator to store a value or to assign a value to a particular item here. So for example, if I were to say var new number is equal to 5, we use the assignment operator to assign new number a value of 5. So now new number has been assigned 5. So when we call new number, 5 is there. So we assigned it with the assignment operator. Okay, so that's, again, hopefully review for you. We've been using that quite a bit here, whether it's with integers, with strings, but we've assigned our variables. We've stored variables with information by using the assignment operator. So again, it's a pretty powerful tool there. So again, I could call new number. Let's say I want to assign it a new value of 4. Okay, I could do that. Now new number. All right, we'll go ahead and be equal to 4 here. All right, because again, I took new number and I signed it 4 with the equal sign, which is the assignment operator. All right, so that is a quick start just with our assignment operator. Let's take a look at the other operators we have here. So the second category would be the arithmetic operators. All right, so all our basic math symbols: add, subtract, multiply, and divide. All right, so again, Swift will recognize all these. So let's do this. Let's combine the assignment operator with addition. So if I had a variable called var and I had a variable called answer, just keep that simple right now, then I want to assign that the answer of 4 plus 4. That's what it would look like. So what's happening here is my variable answer is getting assigned the value of 4 plus 4, which is 8. So if I call answer, all right, I now have the answer is 8. Okay, so again, that's using math. All right, now what about the other one? So subtraction. All right, so I'm going to reassign, like we've done before, answer. I'm going to just reassign that by using subtraction here. So if I were to go to answer and subtract, let's see, 5 minus 2. Oops, excuse me, there we go. Okay, I can, that's going to reassign it to the value of 3, and then when I call it, it now is 3. All right, so I reassigned using subtraction. Okay, let's go ahead and reassign using multiplication. All right, so I could go 6 times 5. All right, and that obviously will give you 30. All right, so I've now reassigned by using multiplication. All right, and then last but not least would be the division. All right, so I could go answer. I could go 10, and then it's just the backslash key 2. All right, that's going to give me 5. So I've assigned 5 to answer. So when I call that out there, again, that would be 5. So again, just to review here, I've created a variable called answer up top, and I'm assigning it using the assignment operator. Then I'm using my basic math operations, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, to override what I created up here. So again, whenever you change the name of a variable or a value, you're overriding it. All right, and that happens quite a bit. And that's, again, like we talked about since day one, that's when variables are used. All right, but that's that's just a quick little look at these 4 basic arithmetic operators that we can work with here. The next category I want to get into here on this screencast is what we call the remainder operator. All right, so this is something that it's again working with math, but something that you may need in your code from time to time. But basically, it works out how many multiples will fit inside a number, and it gives you the remainder. All right, so we're talking some math, we're talking division here. All right, so the symbol for the remainder operator is the percent sign right there. Okay, so that's what's going to be used. So basically, let's go ahead and just call a variable remainder operator. All right, let's go ahead and assign it. We'll just get right into it. So kind of what the code looks like. So if I go 9, remainder operator, and 4, all right, Swift's going to compile that with 1 will be the result. All right, because what it looks at is how many times can 4 go into 9. It can go in 2 times. All right, 4 times 2 is 8, and then there's 1 left over for the remainder. Okay, so that's how that works. So again, you can do that. If let's reassign it, let's override remainder operator. All right, and let's go 20. All right, and we'll go 7. Okay, so again, it's going to plug that number in there. All right, so it goes through and it does the math. How many times can it fit it in there with that remainder operator in play for you there. Okay, so you'll use this in our next challenge, the remainder operator. So keep this in mind. All right, but basically, again, the idea is how many times can you fit, the 4 inside the 9. So you can fit it in twice. And then there's that remainder of 1. So how many times can you fit it in there without going over? So 4 once is just 4. Add a second one, that's 8. Again, I can't go any higher because then that would be 12. So 4 and 4 is 8. All right, and then the remainder is 1. So that's the answer you get there. And it's used from time to time to it's just a good way to check if numbers are even. All right, you could work that out as well. But this is the remainder operator. Okay, so again, we'll use this in our next challenge, our operator challenge, which is coming up here. So again, this is one that, again, if you need some more explanation, we can definitely cover with you there. But could be pretty valuable just to keep that in mind there. Let's take a look at a couple more here. While I've got you here, and then kind of get you everything you need to know. We've got increment and decrement operators. Okay, so basically these are ways to if you want to increase the value of a number in your code there, maybe you're counting something, or you're you have a condition set up later on there, you might want to use these. So let me just type these out here: increment and decrement. All right, so one's going to increase, one's going to decrease. All right, and these look like either 2 plus signs or 2 minus signs. Okay, so that's what those look like here. So very simple. If I just go var I is equal to 0, wonderful. All right, but if I were to use the increment operator, if I go plus plus I, oops, excuse me. All right, you'll notice here that it now has a value of 1 because it increased it by 1 there. Okay, so each time you call it, the value of I is increased by 1. So basically, this is a shortcut for going, rather than, this is a shortcut method of this. I is equal to I plus 1. Okay, so essentially the same thing's happening, all right, but just a little cleaner. All right, so that's, when we're coding, we want to kind of keep things clean there and just a little more concise as well there. All right, so it's just some shorthand. Works exactly the same with the decrement. All right, so if you were to go call that decrement operator, the two minus signs with the I, okay, you'll see it decreases it by 1 every time. All right, again, that's just basically shorthand for I is equal to I minus 1. Okay, now we're back to 0, but again, so it's the same thing. I'm going to separate that just so you're not combining the two there. So we got, I'll label this here for you guys, increment, and you got decrement. Okay, so again, using that to add or subtract there. Okay.